Yates is known to many as the starting junior offensive lineman, but he's more than just a football player. He not only made a big impact on the Vietnamese people, but also on Dr. Vo and Dr. McMahon. This summer, Caleb Yates went with y'all. Can you tell me about the first time that you met him?
I met him, I'm impressed because he's tall and big. I said, yes, he has a manpower.
Oddly enough, I met Caleb before he was a student at Mercer. We were eating in margaritas. Bobby saw me sitting over there and he said, Craig, come over here. And so I came over and he said, this guy wants to be a biomedical engineer. Doesn't Mercer on Mission have a biomedical engineering program? I said, yes, we do. And so I began to talk with him about the program in Vietnam. Here's now an opportunity not just to play football, but to learn how to become a biomedical engineer, and not just learn how to become a biomedical engineer, but actually practice it. This was not an interest in just traveling. He was really interested in the biomechanical engineering component of it, and he wants to be a very fine biomechanical engineer, and that came through in his application, that he was very interested in the technical side of this work.
So what was Coach Lamb's response when you said that you're going on this trip?
My coach told me I could not lose weight. I went to GNC and bought myself $100 worth of protein powder. It was a 30-pound bucket and I took it in my carry-on with me.
Did you continue to work out?
It wasn't the usual workout I'm used to, but the difference is just working with your hands so much. These prosthetics, the way they're made is it's a cup that's uniform. All of them are the same, and then you have to fit them to the leg. So with that though, they're thick polymers of plastics and you have to bend them, bow them, cut them. It's a lot of working with your hands and like muscling stuff. So it was a workout on its own for sure.
Will you just tell us a little bit about what you and Caleb did in Vietnam?
Well, we fit 523 amputees with prosthetic legs. That's the headline.
While Mercer on Mission changed over 500 lives this summer, one in particular stood out to both Caleb and Dr. McMahon.
She was a quadriplegic, so she had no hands and no feet. She had lost them 2 years prior. So when she was in the hospital, she actually had passed away and they gave her a shot of adrenaline. And from that though, she lost the blood flow from her hands and her feet. And if they didn't amputate those, she wouldn't be able to live because they'd just slowly eat away at her body.
She had tried to wear prosthetics made by other companies that work on a very different principle than our prosthetic leg does, and she could not wear them. She came to our clinic hoping that maybe something different would happen. And sure enough, we were able to fit her. Caleb was the lead fitter along with one of our other students.
So me and my buddy were able to fit her for below the knee prosthetics, which the issue with that is normally you fit the prosthetic to the natural leg, but since she has no natural leg, you have to take biometric measurements and compare to the anatomy of how long her legs should be compared to other parts of her body.
It was really exciting to watch them work with this woman who had given up hope of ever being able to walk because no prosthetic had ever worked for her, even ones that cost a lot of money. And so we are able to come in with our prosthetic leg that costs about $250, which is about 1% of what the market price is on prosthetics. Now this young man who was sitting in margaritas has gone through the training, and now he is actually in Vietnam with this woman sitting right in front of him, and he's responsible for putting 2 prosthetic legs on her.
Caleb went over there and helped the people of Vietnam. How do you think that it impacted him personally?
They think that they can change people's lives over there, but themselves only changing because they recognize need and they apply something they learn from school and bring over there and change people's lives.
For these 3 weeks in Vietnam, the world is not about him. The world is about this one-legged person sitting across from him. To watch what that does to a person, it's a very exciting thing for me to get to sit back and watch. It changes people, it really does.
Every day, I get to look back and see that I have made a difference in someone's life. It's more changed with my view of life. Being able to see how grateful I should be for what I have and how blessed I am, and how I feel like I have an obligation to go help others that don't have as much opportunity as I do.